The stories you're about to hear are true. Only the names have been changed to protect privacy. This is my personal story of when I was a single mom down to my last few dollars facing a life-altering choice. How I went from near homelessness to getting the phone call that would change my life. I heard the knock on my door, and the instant knot in my stomach told me it was terrible news. "Sorry, ma'am, you're 60 days delinquent. I've got to shut it off now." The rep from the utility company couldn't even meet my gaze. Explaining to your kids why the power's shut off, it isn't easy the first time. Let me tell you, it's excruciating the third time. Normally, I'd be annoyed that I just got mammed by a hot young guy, but today I had bigger worries. Because for the third time in 18 months, we were in the dark. And my kids are too smart to believe it was just a mistake at the power company again. I rang up my soon-to-be ex and begged for a quick loan to get things turned back on before the kids got home from school. Then I called my best friend Stacy to cry. "Felicity, you know life would be so much easier if you just stopped the divorce and reconciled. Why can't you at least consider—" "No!" I screamed through tears. I'd already fought through the fears of starting over, dealt with the uncertain emotions my kids had felt, and had proof I'd be happier being out of that marriage. Well, happier's relative, I guess, when you're scraping by flat broke and getting your power shut off. My best friend was just the most recent in a long line of people in my life telling me to go back to my ex and telling me to give up on my crazy idea of becoming a writer and go get a real job. "Sure," I sarcastically reasoned, "a job that'll take me away from my kids 50-plus hours a week, and a job that'll still leave me living paycheck to paycheck and stressed out, not to mention unfulfilled. No, thank you. I'd rather jab a burning fork in my eye or go without getting my hair done for 12 months than do either of those options." Oh, wait, my hair hasn't gotten done for 12 months, so yeah, I guess a burning fork in the eye it is. Before I go any further, let me introduce myself. I'm Felicity Keith, and you may know of me because of my best-selling relationship programs or my podcast or my articles that are published around the world. But the story I'm telling you today is how I went from being a broke single mom, one heartbeat away from homelessness, to an internationally known writer making a very handsome living. You see, when my husband and I made the tearful decision to split up, I had just $207 in my checking account. I knew I had to pull myself up by the bootstraps. I knew it was now on my shoulders to make things happen in my life, to provide for my kids, to achieve my dreams without anyone's help. And even though my ex had been reliable and generous, I could no longer lean on him now that we'd split. And I was so prepared to light the world on fire, making all of my dreams come true, living happily ever after. I was going to show everyone a woman could do it on her own. So with a head full of plans and outrageous dreams, I charged up the last bit on my credit card to get a bulletin board and some craft supplies. Wait, what? A bulletin board and craft supplies? Yeah, you see, I'd just seen that Law of Attraction movie that was all the rage back then. You may remember it. It said just put up pictures on a board and watch your dreams come true. If you aren't familiar with vision boards, here's the gist. Using a bulletin board, you pick out images that represent the things you want to accomplish in life and arrange them in a collage on the board. It's supposed to tap the universe on the shoulder and say, "Hey, make this stuff happen for this nice lady, okay?" Sounds easy peasy, right? So I crafted up a storm and hung up the most beautiful vision board I could muster. My board had pictures of luxury vacations, a gigundo house, an expensive brand new car, and every fancy thing I could dream of. George Clooney may have been on there too. You know, sweet revenge and all of that. I'm going to show all of them, I thought to myself as I was cutting up magazines like a mad woman and taping up visions of the glorious life that was about to unfold for me. I was so excited and marveled at my beautiful board when I finished. I rubbed my hands together in anticipation of these amazing things that were surely coming my way. Yet, here I sat, a year later, defeated and scared. I glared at the vision board that now mocked me. There were no fancy vacations, and George hadn't shown up by a long shot, just that rep from the power company, and he only turned me off. What did I do wrong? How did my vision board utterly fail me? Why didn't it work like the movie said it would? And while I sat there in full-blown pity party mode, wanting to blame my current poverty-chic lifestyle on some hocus-pocus movie, I knew that wasn't the answer. Because I knew there was some power to vision boards, but I hadn't quite cracked the code on how to really make it work for me. I knew there were missing pieces, a mystery to be solved. So I contemplated my options, put my writing dreams on hold and secure a low-paying job so I could barely make ends meet, or go back to relying on a husband to provide the lifestyle I wanted, or go all in on pursuing my goals and dreams. Of course, I chose option number 3. I'd come through so much pain already that I couldn't let myself go anywhere but forward, burning forks in my eye and all that jazz. Because I was so hell-bent on success, I was going to figure out how to make that stupid vision board work for me, even if it killed me in the process. And even though I was terrified, I clung to that small shred of confidence beating inside of me. I clung to it with white knuckles like it was my only hope. And really, that tiny, unshakable belief in myself is the only thing I had at the moment. I knew I didn't have much time. The house payment would be due soon. Plus, I had 2 growing kiddos eating me out of said house, and more never-ending bills marching their way toward me than I even cared to think about. Ready to really do this, Felicity? I snarled to myself through gritted teeth. It was go time. I went straight to my computer and dug into my research. I looked up every book, article, and video I could get my hands on about effective goal setting and the law of attraction. I crammed 2 journals full of notes and thought my brain was going to burst with all the insights I'd found. Next, I got in touch with my former neighbor. She's this powerhouse business coach who works with highly successful entrepreneurs. Hey, Sherry, can I interview you for a passion project I'm working on? We met for coffee, and she divulged her top 3 surefire tips she gives her rock star business owners. I told you this free of charge because I believe in you, she whispered as she hugged me goodbye. Now, go make me proud. In just a few short days, I had done a mountain of research. And as I culled through my tons of notes and aha moments, I noticed it still seemed like something was missing. Then it hit me. I had to rewatch that Law of Attraction movie. Maybe there was something in the teachings there that I missed the first time around. So I dug out that dusty DVD, popped it in the machine, and settled in to learn for the second time. What I discovered is that while what the movie says about vision boards does have truth to it, it leaves out huge and important steps to actually reaching success. It was at this point I figured out that I had solved the mystery. I had the missing puzzle pieces. I ripped my old vision board off the wall, and I got to work pulling all of my research together. It was the start of a system. Although, in the moment, it looked like pure madness. But I poured my heart and soul into this next version of my vision board. I think I put every positive word I could find on it. It was kind of a hot mess, just like my life. Within a few days, however, I noticed some things starting to shift. Opportunities were coming my way. I was hearing yes on my writing submissions instead of a steady chorus of no. Even my old marketing clients were ringing me up for freelance projects, and that money was absolutely welcome. But it still wasn't happening big enough or fast enough. I needed to fast track this like my life depended on it. Because, well, my life kind of did depend on it. I had to keep a roof over our heads. And my ex had made it perfectly clear he wasn't going to be doling out any more emergency loans. So I dug in and got to work on my next vision board iteration. And this time, I outlined my process in painstaking detail. I was meticulous in exactly what images I chose and where I placed them. I combined my learnings about goal setting with vision board execution. I even figured out an unconventional technique. It seemed kind of outlandish, but you know what? I had nothing to lose, right? At this point, things started to get really weird. Stuff I'd put up on my board was falling into my lap. I met a man. And no, it wasn't George Clooney, I decided to let Amal have him. This man was practically made to order, like something straight out of my dreams. Bigger writing opportunities were showing up too. Here I was, someone with practically no experience, being asked to guest blog for some big names. So I did something outrageous, just to see if I was onto something with my vision board method. I knew of this successful publisher in my field, and I dreamed of working with him, but had no way I could think of to even meet him, let alone work with him. But I wrote in huge letters on a piece of paper, and hands shaking, I tacked it up on my board. The next thing he publishes will be written by me. Yikes! That actually felt really scary, and I laughed, a little bit ruefully, almost in spite of my now strengthening beliefs about the power of vision boards. But I dutifully followed my methods and believed with my heart, despite what logic was telling me. In the meantime, as my new relationship was blossoming, my friend Melinda rang me up. She was perpetually single, could never seem to find a good guy, just a parade of jerks, liars, and cheaters. Curious to see if my vision board method would work for her, I asked her to give it a shot. So I wrote out everything I'd done to meet my man, step by step, and handed it off to her. She was skeptical at first, but I encouraged her. Hey, I found a great guy, and your Mr. Right could be near too. Don't let someone else snatch him up. A bit envious of my love life, and with new determination, she said she'd follow my special single lady vision board method. I also reached out to my friend Candace, who had just gotten laid off. Again, Candace seemed to float from crappy job to crappy job, never really finding her calling. Knowing she couldn't afford to be out of work for long, I gave her my vision board method. Just try it, I urged her. What happened over the course of the next few days was a tad unbelievable. Melinda emailed me. The subject line read, "I met a great guy." Candace texted me, "They made me an offer. I start Monday." And then my phone rang with the phone call that was about to change my life. An article I'd written was shared with that big publisher. Turns out, unbeknownst to me, he owned the blog where that article had been published. And he had a project he needed a writer on ASAP, so he tracked me down because he liked my article so much. And in a matter of a 20-minute phone call, I went from being a nobody in the relationship world to the Felicity Keith. I've never almost peed my pants as bad as I almost did during that phone call. Seriously. Over the next several months, I went on to write several projects and watched my life do a 180-degree turn. As success started rolling my way, I kept updating my vision board with bigger and better dreams. And I was delighted as things came to fruition with ease. Trips to tropical locations, a new car, finally affording much-needed updates to my home, and being able to say yes to my kids. And the satisfaction of paying my bills each month, not worrying about getting shut off anymore. As more friends asked me to share my secrets to success, I realized I needed to shout this stuff far and wide because I don't want anyone staying in that place of fear and frustration where I once was. And I'd stumbled upon a system that makes achieving your dreams fail-proof. So I put all of my tried and true methods into one comprehensive program that I'm so excited to introduce to you. Felicity Keith's Goal Digger System, vision boards that work. Here's just a teensy sample of what's included in the Goal Digger System. We kick off the party with some shopping and a good old-fashioned pre-funk, because every great party begins with a pre-funk, right? I walk you through building a rock-solid foundation for making your dreams come true. And I've included my specific supply list so you can shop it out quickly and get started right away. What I discovered through my years of trial and error is this is the critical first step that 99% of people skip when creating a vision board. And by skipping it, well, it's the reason that 99% of vision boards fail miserably. Using this one critical step sets you on an absolute trajectory towards massive accomplishment. I also cover the fine art of selecting images, because not just any old photo will do, my dear. I show you the exact method I've created that sends a crystal clear message to the universe to get exactly what you desire most. Using this method is like showing your dreams on a magic movie screen that only your unique wish-granting genie will see. Next, I reveal the secret sauce to the Gold Digger system. This one simple little trick flips the switch on vision board success. This highly confidential technique is what makes the difference between settling for ho-hum results and making everyone you know say wowza at your achievements. And most of all, you will be saying wowza with a tremendous permagrin on your face. And because I'm so excited for you to enjoy glorious success, I researched the top 8 goal cementers. I went straight to the experts and cherry-picked the 8 ways to absolutely make goal achievement a cinch for you. Just wave at everyone as you skip down Easy Street, okay? Oh, and I can't forget my single ladies. I've included the exact process I used, and that many others have used, to practically custom order a man from the universe. It's bonkers how well this works. I've also created some free goodies for you, because I love giving gifts, and I want to give you every bit of assistance towards your prosperity. The first free gift you'll get today is my curated list of favorite affirmations called 99 Affirmations and a Wish Ain't One. These tidbits of manifestation muscle cover all areas of goal setting, including money, health, and love. They work in perfect conjunction with your goal cementers. The second free gift coming your way today are my goal accelerators. These are my top 5 ninja-style actions that make your vision board work overtime. Basically, it's like putting the universe on speed dial and saying in no uncertain terms, make this happen now. Pretty please and thank you, of course. All right, Felicity. So how much is all of this going to cost me? I think handing over the keys to making your wildest dreams come true is somewhat priceless. However, priceless doesn't compute in dollar figures. So I asked my friends who've enjoyed the spoils of the Gold Digger system, the ones who are now head over heels in love like Melinda, the ones taking fabulous vacations like Stacy, the ones who no longer worry about making ends meet and get to enjoy the finer things in life. They threw out numbers like $350 and $200, which seems like a small price to pay when you consider all they gain from the program. My friend Candace, you know, the one who struggled with unemployment, she said, "You have to at least charge $100, Felicity. This is life-changing stuff here." And I thought about that. And then I remembered how even Candace, who so desperately needed this program, couldn't have afforded $100. Sure, $100 seems like pocket change to her now, but back when she really needed to learn this, no way. So I'm doing something totally nutso and offering this utterly transformational program at a steal of a price. Against everyone's opinion, I wanted to price the Gold Digger system at $48. But then I got totally crazy and decided, what the heck? So I'm essentially giving it away for just $28. Yep, you heard me, $28. No, I haven't been boozing it up. I just really want to make this accessible to as many women as possible, especially the ones who remind me of myself a few years back. Because Lord knows, I needed this exact program to dig myself out of financial hell. And now, I get to offer it to you, my proven methods of massive prosperity, plus 2 free gifts that are all instant PDF downloads, all for just $28. Now I know, for some of you watching this, that might seem like too high of a price. And I get it. I was there myself where every dime I had was already spoken for. And sure, you can ignore this and continue to be frustrated living paycheck to paycheck, feeling like you're on a never-ending hamster wheel of bills and obligations, yet knowing there's more to life than what you're currently enjoying. You may even feel a bit guilty at spending any money on yourself, even if you aren't flat broke. But think of it this way. You owe it to yourself to enjoy as much reward and abundance as possible. You really do. The more you're able to enjoy life, and I mean really enjoy life, the brighter your light shines. You'll have more to give back to others. Your stress level will decrease, literally prolonging your life. You will have more patience with your kids and loved ones because you will have more time and presence of mind to devote to them. So, in a weird way, by not purchasing the Goal Digger system today and not putting these methods to work for you, you're kind of robbing everyone you love from a better experience in this thing called life. You're robbing them and you of your happiness and best self. Plus, let me tell you, the shoes and vacations are so much better on this side of things. You even have better hair days, I swear. And I've taken all of the risk out of this for you. If you purchase the Goal Digger system and you aren't 100% satisfied, you can simply request a refund with the click of a button. I'll even let you try it out for 60 days to make sure you like it. And if you aren't satisfied, you can get a 100% refund. No questions asked. So now I ask you, no, I implore you, say yes to your dreams and click that little Buy Now button below. Your Goal Digger system and free gifts will be delivered as digital PDFs in a matter of moments, just like bibbidi bobbidi boo. You can get started living the life you were meant to have today. Make this year your best ever. Click that Buy Now button below and let's get this party started. I can't wait to see all that you achieve.